again. I cannot tell you how livid I would be if I spent $18,000 on something and it broke immediately out of the box. I would be absolutely livid. It actually works according to the internet. I don't know. I've never been to a Birkin bag store or Hermes store. Like I said, I had to look up the pronunciation of Hermes before this video, so I am not experiencing this at all. This is just what I found on the internet. The poop sprinkles on top of the poop cake. Hermes only makes about 70,000 bags per year to keep them rare. Now, hey everyone, thanks for hanging out with me today. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the world of luxury goods, and I'm going to expose why these items aren't worth what we're paying for them. We're talking designer bags, luxury watches, high-end cars, all of it. By the end of this video, you're going to see luxury shopping in a completely different light. So if you've ever felt that pressure to buy something luxury to feel successful, or if you're already in debt from these purchases, this one's for you. Let's get into it. First, let's establish what we're even talking about. According to Investopedia, luxury goods are non-essential items that signal wealth and social status. So we're talking about things like in fashion, Hermes Birkin bags, Gucci handbags, Chanel accessories. For watches and jewelry, you're talking your Rolex, Cartier, diamond rings. For cars, your Porsche, Mercedes, things of that nature. Even lifestyle items can be considered luxury, like fine art, high-end furniture, and rare wines. So here's something wild. Some luxury products are what's called Veblen goods. That means when the price goes up, the demand actually increases. So people literally want it more because it's more expensive. That is absolutely wild to me as someone who has never had a luxury good. In fact, I had to Google how to pronounce Hermes before recording this video. I was definitely calling it Hermes. So, what do these goods actually cost? So, according to Google AI, I didn't dig too much into this. Luxury purses can be anywhere from $1,000 to over $10,000. Purses average around $1,500 to $4,000. Luxury watches can be anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 for entry level, and then up to $100,000 for ultra luxury. That is crazy. Luxury cars, entry level starts around $40,000, but high-end models can be over $200,000. And so you might be wondering, why do people buy luxury goods? Well, there are a few reasons. The first being status, the prestige, you know, next looking at like exclusivity, but also because luxury goods are marketed as more quality goods. So I think some people fall under the, oh, if I buy this one really expensive item, I will never have to buy it again. It's really nice, that sort of thing. According to a 2024 Forbes survey, 63% of millennials purchased luxury goods in the past year, and 54% want to display their wealth through these products. And Gen Z, they're projected to make up 25% of global luxury spending by 2030. So it's really not going anywhere. But here's the question that nobody's asking. Is buying luxury goods actually worth it? So, okay, here's where things get interesting, and honestly, not so great. So, I've already mentioned that a lot of people think that buying luxury goods are more quality. It's gonna last, it's different than, buying Shein or something like that. So, you're looking at like better factories, better conditions, better quality overall. Well, that's sadly not the case. In this article from CNN, they mentioned that an investigation was done into Dior, which is a pretty popular luxury fashion brand. And so what they were looking into was that workshops where workers were underpaid made leather bags and then sold them to Dior for a fraction of the retail price, might I add. And so, some questions came up about, worker exploitation, what's going on here, that sort of thing. So Dior made some commitments to kind of like remedy this situation. And like of the biggest thing was paying 2.3 million over 5 years to support initiatives aimed at helping victims of labor. Editing Jesse here. With this Dior situation, I missed an important part. So last year, they found that the suppliers for Dior were engaging in some worker exploitation practices, and then this year, Italy's antitrust investigation unit group, whatever, opened it, like looked into seeing if the brand had misled consumers with messaging about craftsmanship and corporate social responsibility. So after all of that, that's when Dior said, "Hey, like we'll pay $2.3 million to victims of worker exploitation." And because of all of the remedies that Dior was going to make, the antitrust group closed their investigation without establishing any like unlawfulness or anything like that. But, what about quality? Surely these items last forever, right? Well, let me introduce you to the Miu Miu situation. Special shout out to Wisdom K, a famous TikToker for these videos.
I've never made a video like this, but I went shopping today at Miu Miu, and as I'm sure you guys know, I'm a big Miu Miu fan. And I went in today and I spent a good amount of money. How much money did I spend exactly? $18,000 roonies. I spent $18,000 roonies at Miu Miu. And as soon as I get home, I honestly, this might be irresponsible for me to even do. As soon as I get home, everything broke. Like, here's a vest that I got, right? I got this vest. This button came off I was about to put it on. The instant I opened it, this button just came off. Look, you can see it's some of the fabric. Like, I just opened it normally. Like, in fact, I didn't even get to really open it. I was taking the button just out like that, and the first button just came off. It just came off immediately. Now, that was the second item to break. The first item that broke was this sweater right here. This has never happened. Like, I've never gotten multiple pieces from a place and things are just breaking as soon as if it wasn't for the fact that, but like, if this was the first thing that broke, if this just broke, and I go about my day. But the fact that two things broke, this is insane. Zipper came off. This one, I unzipped it. I put it on. As soon as I'm trying to zip it up, boom, zipper breaks. I'll show you what the zipper broke too. Because when the zipper broke, I was like, all right, maybe I can just fix it. That was my first thing, was I could fix it. There's like a little piece that goes right here. And then you would stick it through with the zipper. But the piece fell off again. Like, I thought I fixed it. As soon as I picked the jacket back up, it just fell off, gravity. And I don't even know where the little piece is now anymore. It's probably somewhere on the ground. But I kid you not, I literally just got home. Like, generally speaking, that's the Miu Miu bag right there. I just took it off, and then that's another bag from some shopping I did today. I literally just got home. I was just going to put this stuff away, and the moment I get it, it just starts breaking. Yo, imagine spending that much money at a place, and everything just breaks. That is... How bad is the quality of your merchandise? I'm a big Miu Miu fan. I like Miu Miu. But that's so disappointing. I'm not even making this video for any reason other than I'm actually in genuine shock. This is never... Oh, I thought something broke again. This has never, ever happened in my entire... Like, this just happened. Like, I'm just like, whoa. Anyways, in the grand scheme of my life, and life moves, the world continues. But, yeah, that's crazy. Step your... The people at Miu Miu have sent me replacement items for the two items that broke as soon as I got home. I know I posted that video. And I took it down because we were in discussion like, oh, we'll get you new replacement items or we do a refund. And I was like, I really like the items, so I'll just get new replacement items. So here we have a new vest and we have the new sweater. And I'm making this video because if it does happen to break again, I have to have this recorded. Like, it would just be insane for me to come back again for a second time and be like, it broke. So I don't think it will, but I'm just gonna open everything live on camera so you guys can see how it goes. The quality test, on camera Miu Miu quality test. All right, so we got the first jacket. The issue was the zipper, right? So I put it on and the zipper, like, I immediately just went down, so let's see. All right, good, we've closed. Nice. Okay, nice. We'll pull. Okay, it's looking good. Pretend like we're about to put it on, right? Normal. Nothing crazy, just opening up the jacket. There's no way, bro. There. There's no way it's broken again.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I was watching it and I was like,
Mind you, I'm opening this up like regular, like you're about to, you're gonna open it up to put it on. Like, I'm not doing
I
anything.
don't even know.
I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary here. And we got another button broken. This one worked. This one was fine. The zipper worked, at least for now. Who's to know how many trials and how many times I have to zip this up and down for it to break it? Because I didn't think it would break, so I was like, oh, I'm not gonna post this. Like, surely I'm not gonna post this video. But now, that's crazy.
So basically, he bought items from Miu Miu and immediately opened the package and they broke immediately. Then this went viral on TikTok, the first video, and then the brand reached out to him, sent replacements, and then, he opened them again and it broke again. I cannot tell you how livid I would be if I spent $18,000 on something and it broke immediately out of the box. I would be absolutely livid. So, this isn't an accident, by the way. It's called planned obsolescence. Even luxury brands design their products not to last forever because if your bag lasts 20 years, you won't buy another one for next season. So it's a very intentional business decision. Let's talk about the human cost. So here's what really gets me. The human cost of this industry, I'm not just talking about factory workers, it's just the everyday consumer. So, according to a 2024 survey from Empower, 37% of Americans can't handle a $400 emergency expense. And yet, people are going into debt for luxury items. That's pretty crazy. The average American worker has less than $1,000 saved for retirement. So, let me say that again. Less than $1,000 for their entire retirement. But we have some folks who are out here dropping $3,000 on a handbag. That's pretty crazy. I get it. I really do. I mean, I think these brands are masters at making you feel like luxury items are quote unquote investment pieces. Like, if you just buy this one thing, you'll have it forever and it'll be worth it. But that's a trap because investment piece really makes you spend more money on something that's not actually an investment at all. It's just really expensive. And speaking of traps, let's talk about the artificial scarcity. So, you know how you can't just walk into an Hermes store and buy a Birkin bag? Yeah, that's on purpose. Here's how it actually works. According to the internet, I don't know. I've never been to a Birkin bag store or Hermes store. Like I said, I had to look up the pronunciation of Hermes before this video, so I am not experiencing this at all. This is just what I found on the internet. So first, you need to build a relationship with the boutique. You also have to buy other items first, like scarves, jewelry, other things in the store. People report needing to spend 1 to 1.5 times the price of a Birkin on other stuff just to be offered one. Also, to put the poop sprinkles on top of the poop cake. Hermes only makes about 70,000 bags per year to keep them rare. Now, that is a very intentional business decision on their part to manufacture scarcity and exclusivity because if only 70,000 people can have one, that means the rest of us are out here not getting one. So, anyways, you have to spend $10,000 to $15,000 on stuff that maybe you don't even want just for the privilege of spending another $10,000 on a bag. This is not smart shopping. Really benefits the brand, not you or us, the average consumers. So they've created a system where you're literally begging to give them money. You're waiting in an invisible line, proving your loyalty by buying more and more, all for a bag. It's really genius marketing, but it's really terrible for your wallet. Editing Jesse here again. I just want to say that since I've never been into an Hermes store, I don't know anything about this luxury life. I found that information via a blog, and while I'm inclined to believe it, I cannot say if that was 100% true. So we're gonna say all of that is allegedly how you get a Birkin bag. But yeah. Thanks. So, all right, let's get to a more positive part of the video for sure. So what are some things you can do instead to like take back control of this situation? So I'm not saying that you can't enjoy nice things. I want people to enjoy nice things. So a really big alternative that you can take advantage of is dupe culture. So TikTok made a video showing a real Birkin bag with a Walmart version of a Birkin bag. And I'm not going to show the whole thing because it's really long. I'm just going to show you a screenshot here. But you can see in the picture that the bags look almost identical in quality and style and things like that. She talks a little bit about like the stitching and all of that stuff in the video. It's kind of long. Go find it if you want to. But I didn't want to include it just because it's real long, y'all. But basically, like the bag is like somewhere in the range of $50 to $80, and a Birkin bag is several $1,000s. So you know you can have the same look for a fraction of the price. And there's a lot of things out there where maybe it's not exactly the same as the designer brand, but it's like got the same vibe, same feel, so you can kind of like copy the same style, that sort of thing. Um, but anyways. Here's what I really want you to understand too. Quality doesn't always have to mean expensive. It's kind of all over the place between price and quality nowadays. But I have found items from, let's say, Walmart and thrift stores that have lasted me years because I focused on quality construction, maybe good fabric, solid stitching, and like didn't worry about the brand name at all. There's also this concept called quiet luxury, which basically just means high quality items without the flashy logos. And really, that's about understanding understated elegance and quality, not screaming, look how much I spent on this item by showing a logo on the product. And really, honestly, the real truth that I feel like I've learned as I've stepped into adulthood is that nobody really cares about what you're wearing, what you're driving, how big your house is, you know, as much as you think they do. I mean, you might find a person here or there that cares about those things, but most people do not. Um, Also, the people that you really want in your life are not going to care about what labels you have in on your back or you know your car, what designer items you have. They really care about you and building a relationship with you. So, in conclusion, let's recap. Luxury does not equal quality. Um, some of the time these items are made in the same conditions as fast fashion. I'm saying some of the time because I don't want to be sued. So um let's see, a lot of people go into debt for these purchases, and then the luxury brands manufacture scarcity to manipulate you. So really, you know, you may be wondering like, okay, what should I do with my money instead? You could start with being really responsible and building an emergency fund for yourself. Pay off debt, save for retirement, maybe look into investing your money, you know, things that build a future for you. Or you could even spend it on experiences with family and friends that create memories that will carry you a lot further in life than a designer handbag. You know, I think like at the end of the day, buy what you love. I'm not really here to judge anybody's purchases, but I do want to caution people on not falling for the logo, the hype around luxury brands, the manufactured scarcity, and then, you know, don't let them make you feel like you need that item to be valuable. You're valuable enough on your own. So, if this video opened your eyes, hit that like button and subscribe for more content about being smarter with your money. And also, like, drop a comment. Look, I want to know what's your biggest luxury regret, or what's a smart art alternative you found that you love. I think we can all like learn from each other here. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.